As my guy Voch would say, let's run it for the cardio. And the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to hop on this treadmill like this, brother. He hails from Natchez, Mississippi. He is the host of the Doing All Right podcast with Brian Broaddus. He made his .com debut on the Draft Show. He is the newest member of The Break. Put your hands together for my motherfucking friend, Voch Lombardi.
I'm a YN today. Will Steele Pickens and got here's a whole bunch of gun fingers, a whole bunch of weapons in the air right now because we got some new energy in the Cowboys. You hear me?
Woo! Hey, look, I had to tap into the Kings of Comedy bag right there for this guy,
my
man.
motherfucking friend.
My mother. Hey, man. Dog, I love you, dog. I love you, dog. You're killing it, man. You're killing it. You're killing it. Cowboys killing it. I wanted to jump on here. Unfortunately, Cowboys Nation, we can't be too long today. We did open up the mailbag, so we're going to do 2 parts. All right, me and Voch going to come together twice for y'all to answer these questions with this legend here in Voch. So good morning. It's an early morning for you, bro, but good morning.
Hey, man, they don't want to ask nothing. There's only one of 3 things they could ask about for real, but we're going to answer them, but hey, man, we know what y'all want to hear about.
Hey, listen, don't underestimate the fans, man. They have a lot of questions, a lot of good questions.
If Ryan Nall come back, how is he affected by George Pickens signing?
They do try to get you with that. Shouts out to Toxic Time. They do try to get you with that. Speaking of George Pickens, let's jump right into it because we don't got too long, Voch. And let's start off with Brandon Laurie on X, who shouts out to him because he be finding all the nuggets, bro. He's like an FBI agent, CIA agent. He finds all the little interviews, all the Instagram posts and the Twitter posts, and he gets the Cowboys Nation some good nuggets. So he asked this question. After the additions of Tyler Booker and George Pickens, do you feel more confident in the Cowboys passing game or the Cowboys running game? Good question, man.
That's a good ass question.
Good question. See?
That's a good ass question. Because non-football people will look at that and obviously think one way. But the run game got a point here. The run game got a point here. Will Steele, I was talking to I talked to so many. I forgot who I was saying. But I think if you just simply stop the running of field and turn around, everything else gonna open up off of that. I think the Cowboys get 5 games better. I'm not one of these pessimistic cats. I think the Cowboys get 5 games better just having Dak healthy and just have the wide receivers not running the field and turn around. This is something else you don't really think about. Even in your play action game, if the defense is sitting on you running the field and turn around, they sitting in that range for run defense also. So you really can't break out a run defense because they ain't downfield like that. Scott, you make DBs start turning their back to the quarterback or start turning their back to the line of scrimmage. Schottenheimer's talked about play action and run game opening up play action and things of that nature. So now, not only are you going to bracket and bring somebody out of that box, Fangio been whooping your ass with that same kind of concept because you ain't had nobody to push them for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? So are you going to bring somebody down? Bring somebody over? If you scared and only want to bring one person down, is it going to be Lamb or is it Pickens? But with all this shuffling the dominoes you doing, man, you kind of got that middle open. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got that middle wide open. And to your point, the only way you can stop the run game in that way schematically, is you go, all right, F the scheme. We just going to whoop you physically up front. Well, we just happened to
got Tyler Booker.
We just happened to find the gangster. You never would have thought a right guard and a wide receiver work hand in hand like this.
Well, it's a perfect storm right now, right? It's a perfect storm because he talks about, like you said, he wants to marry the run game with the pass game with the run game, work off each other. To answer your question, Brandon, I'll be a little bit more direct with it in the sense that Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. I've seen Dak Prescott work with multiple schemes, multiple wide receivers. I've seen George Pickens get busy in Pittsburgh with Mitchell Trubisky, Duckworth, or whatever them dudes' names is over there. Mason Rudolph, whoever they got throwing him the ball over there, somebody that worked for Costco. I've seen him get busy over there, right? We know what Lamb can do. Lamb hasn't had a guy like Pickens opposite of him at this level of who Lamb is. So I guess I feel more confident in the pass game because I've seen these guys operate at a high level. I am confident that the run game will actually look like a run game. It'll have a plan. It'll be dribbling with a purpose out there. The scheme will be better. It'll try to marry the run with the pass. So I am confident in the run game in that aspect. I said this the other day. From a running back standpoint, I do think the room is something that, okay, let's get to camp and see what we got. Because I do know that Jaden Blue is a weapon out the backfield. I think they'll deploy him that way. But everybody else, you're on the clock. You're definitely on the clock. And you don't need to have Adrian Peterson if you got a scheme and you got a run block and you got weapons to back them off. But we have to see these other guys in that room get out there and prove that they can be difference makers, if you will.
And if you whooping ass early in the game, you're just gonna run the ball at the end of the game anyway. We're gonna kill some clock anyway. So you're gonna find ways. You're gonna find time. I think it's been a long time, Will, since the Cowboys had true balance. You know what I'm saying? Like real, I was
just saying in my head,
real balance like that. We could have 3 receivers and throw for 1,000 yards a game, but we still weren't running the ball really well. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't efficient with it. The last time we saw it really, and you can check me if I'm wrong there. But like when Murray was like leading the league in rushing and Dez was leading the league in receiving, you know what I'm saying? And it was really balanced in that way. Witten held it down over the middle. And this thing about that group is, Terrence Williams was just regular wide receiver too. He was deep ball guy getting busy, but he was wide receiver too. I think you have a better guy in Pickens than that. I would rather take the pair of Lamb and Pickens over the trio of can't stay healthy as Cooper, Gallup, and Young Lamb, Cooper, and Gallup. Them guys ain't never played together.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fantastic segue into this next question. Shouts out to my guy Frost over on X. He said best wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 duo since Dez and Miles Austin. And I was sitting here thinking about, well, do you have to talk about Lamb and Cooper? But you just said it, like. Lamb and Cooper. I'm sorry. Lamb and Cooper had a year, right? Had a year, some change. Now 2020, Dak went down. They killed it. The next year, it kind of flipped in 2021. That's probably the only modern day 1-2 for the Cowboys. Dez and Miles had like a year as well. If you go look at after like 2012, Miles just kept getting hurt. He really wasn't the same guy. And don't sleep on T.O. and Terry Glenn in 06.
See, Scott, this the hard part is you got to get two wide receivers in their prime at the same time. That's the hard part. See, Miles was a big dog, Dez was a young boy. And Dez became big dog, Terrence was young boy for real. Or you get Cooper, who was big dog, but CD was young boy. The CD back then ain't CD now.
No.
So now you got CD in his prime, and you got Pickens in his prime. I don't know what Mingo and Tober's prime is. I don't know what their prime is. I don't know if it matters here. But just go be wide receiver 3 for them. That's why I say just go bring in Cooper. That's what the Eagles will do. The Eagles go get Cooper anyway. They just ask him, just come on in, just like they did with Julio Jones. Hey, just come on in and let's just talk and figure this shit out later. You know what I'm saying?
They might need Cooper because you know who when I say need, this is jokes, guys. You know who Lamb and Pickens remind me of? The 2 badass cousins at the cookout. Just running roughshod. But it's a good spirit. They good kids. You know what I mean? They play the sports. They do all right in school. They just some knuckleheads. And then you got the older cousin, right? Who, come on, man, let's go cut up, but let's not get caught.
Chill.
You know what I mean? But that's the only reason why I'm saying they need Cooper. They don't really need Cooper, but Cooper would complete that room if that makes sense.
This is the wildest room Tolbert's been in because Tolbert's always gonna be little homie regardless. But like CD, CD's been like chill guy for the most part. And honestly, CD's been the most YN that we've had. Like this is really YN behavior, but CD's just so chill that it just is what it is. Pickens gonna bring more out of CD, I bet.
Yeah,
Pickens gonna bring more of that energy out. And
Lamb a mature YN.
Yeah. Pickens got a little more time to go. I'm optimistic that when Pittsburgh Steelers talk about how much of a locker room Pickens is, like, look, bro, you're talking about 21-year-old Pickens, 22-year-old Pickens. Hopefully, the 25-year-old Pickens is a smidge more mature than those guys.
Absolutely. Let's get to Oscar Sullivan's question on X, man. Really good question right here. He says, Sky Voch, what is the most intriguing thing that you're looking for at the upcoming training camp in July? New offense, new defense, or new coaches? I was torn with this one, bro, because I'm excited for all three. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. Here. I want to see the new offense because I do think it's going to be a new scheme with Clayton Adams and Schottenheimer, but I don't know how I can talk about a new offense without talking about the new coaches. Yeah. Like all of that works together with Coach Riley, Clayton Adams, Schottenheimer, who I think is going to try to, make this and mold this into a modern day offense that kind of looks like what we've seen in the McShay, Shanahan, McDaniels types. So for me, that's what I'm most intrigued to see is, will this offense truly be a modern, balanced offense with purpose, as opposed to, well, just like anything from Pittsburgh, go be Pittsburgh tough. Like I'm not trying to hear that. I'm done. I'm over that.
Sky, so much. I want to see what the run scheme looks like. Mm-hmm. And mostly me, I'm looking for like players, right? Like I want to see Joe Milton throw the football, just see what that looked like. I want to see Tyler Booker go against Osa and Mazy, just to feel that matchup. I want to see what big homie behavior Micah has in store. Like this is his camp as the guy. So let's see how you lead your defense as the guy. Has he taken another step up? You know what I'm saying? Has Eberflus looked at him and be like, all right, we're going to put some weight on you and make you an end, or we're going to keep you small and really move you around? It's a lot of stuff to look for. All your draft picks, you can really make an argument that there's your first three guys at least, and Blue first four, there's a reason to be watching your first four draft picks to really see what they do for real. Like, it's so much, Scott. It's so much. Pickens and Lamb out there running around together. Boy, these Andy Jones highlights, these TJ Vasher highlights, about to get rarer and rarer. Rarer and rarer.
We were at that camp, right? The Dennis Houston camp?
Yes, sir.
I don't even think he had a highlight. He was just making routine catches, and we were so thirsty.
He was in the right place at the right time.
Right place, right time, bro.
That's it.
Right place, right time. Yeah, so you're right about that. I mean, I think the offense is definitely going to be what sells the tickets at camp, and I don't want to disrespect the defense, but let's be real. You're not going to have Trayvon Diggs out there to start off. No Demo to start off. Savon Ravel may not be ready to go just yet. We're still waiting to see what they do at one tech. There's still some answers or questions, that the Cowboys have to answer, whether it be guys coming back from injury or adding more talent to it. And that's not to say I'm not excited to see what the defense looks like. It's just the offense. You were missing a piece or two. You got your tackle or your guard. You got your wide receiver. The running back room, you got some juice. Yeah, man, the offense finna sell some tickets at camp. The defense, I think, has to earn it a little bit at camp.
Also, too, Sky, it was somebody one of these comments, man. Yeah, I don't like to read. I don't like
avoid comments.
I don't get in my feelings about it, but sometimes they get me. It was like, Voch, I don't like this disrespect of Sam Williams that you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I was disrespecting Sam Williams, it'll be on my mind to disrespect Sam Williams and say something. I legitimately be forgetting about Sam Williams because I just don't think Sam had to show me. Sam gonna have to really show me, and he's a veteran, so he's gonna have to veteran show me. Sam is not gonna get the short leash that a rookie has. No. You know what I'm saying? Like if Toia or Donovan don't come up guns blazing day one, they're a rookie. We got a little more of a tolerance to just kind of chill on them a little bit. Sam is in a contract year, in a room full of dudes that can play. Sam gonna have to show me that he's better than Tyrese Wheat right now, and he should be. But he got to show me.
He's the middle child right now. He's the middle child with the third step parent because he's dealing with the third.
Boy, Jon Snow for real, boy. That boy ain't got no daddy.
They sent him to the black, and he fought his way back. Right? Now he's back at the crib, but he came back and things is different. Dad ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not there no more. There's a whole different regime. And they have no ties to you. You know what I mean? And he said he's hungry, and we've heard Sam say that before and things like that. But he's got to go out there, like you said, because these young boys are coming for him, right? Like Donovan is coming for him. Marshawn Nealon was drafted last year. We've drafted 3 defensive ends 3 out of the last 4 years in the second round. So they all coming for him, and good, right? We need that competition in that room. So I'm with you. Sam has to prove it, and that's a good thing. If he stays healthy, if everybody stays healthy, which is tough to envision, but if everybody stays healthy, excuse me, that defensive end rotation, fam, that's fire.
Sick.
That's fire. Let's stay there at camp real quick. This is a damn good question, Voch. Shouts out to Kevin Robinson on YouTube. He says, "Hey, yo, Sky and Voch, who makes you feel better about the season if they have a great camp, Mazy or Gayton?" Here's part 2. The one you don't pick looks like a jag. Oh, I love this question. I love this question. I know my answer.
I can't be selfish and add another offensive lineman to the party. I can't be selfish. Because if Mazy's a dude, then that D line just turns into something different.
That's the correct answer. If you can get away with Gayton being a jag, bro.
Yeah. Just another guy, right?
Yeah, he didn't say the opposite guy will be bad.
Yeah.
If Gayton is just a guy, that means he's serviceable.
I celebrate if Gayton's just a guy because I think he's bad now. So if he's just a guy, we can live with that.
If he's just a guy and Mazy's a dude, that changes a lot of things, bro.
Your D line looks totally different.
Yeah. Changes a lot of things. So that's my answer, man. Give me Mazy having a great camp that will make me feel better than Gayton becomes just a guy.
Yeah. And I'm O-line guy, Sky. I'm bona fide O-line dude. Like I would love to have 5 gangsters across the board, but
facts.
We can have some guys out there. That's all right. That's a good question.
That's a hell of a question, man. Let's get one more up in here, and this is kind of pertaining to the whole George Pickens character thing, right? And not just George Pickens character thing, but Adam Schefter brought up this tweet and this thought process, and other fans have too, that when players leave Pittsburgh, they don't do X, Y, Z. So Isaiah Thompson or Isaiah Top on X said, "Can you go in detail on why you think it's different from a Claypool, Juju, and Deontay Johnson leaving the Steelers and not having success?" So basically, can we go into detail on why these guys don't have success when they leave Pittsburgh? Your thoughts on that?
Man, a lot of them dudes just wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chase ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Johnson was always kind of one-dimensional to me, just kind of run downfield guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's different. I think Pickens is really one of the best wide receivers to come out of Pittsburgh in the past however long it's been. Since what, like Randall L and Hines Ward or something like that? Like just a legit Pittsburgh dude. It's been a while. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but yeah, those dudes just simply aren't like that. I don't think it's all black and white, cut and dry like that. You play at Pittsburgh, you leave, you ain't good.
Context matters.
Skill wise, Pickens is far superior than those guys when they get drafted. Like Claypool was like a
man. They went all the way back to like when Mike Wallace was there, and that's where I have a problem with it, is that we cherry picking certain guys, and we're doing this to try to make it look like Pickens can't have success. Juju Smith-Schuster only had 2 good years in Pittsburgh. The first 2 years, if you go look at his last 3 years, they were pretty average to bad. And then he went to Kansas City and had almost 1,000 yards and then won a Super Bowl. What are we talking about? So he had success when he left. Mike Wallace, he played 6 more seasons, really 5, because that one in Philly he was 34 years old. He played 5 real seasons. 4 of those seasons, he had 700 or more yards, and he had a 1,000-yard season in between there. He had a decent career when he left. Chase Claypool, who wasn't like that, went to where wide receivers die in Chicago. Deontay Thompson, he was pretty solid. He had a pretty underrated career in Pittsburgh, right? But when Big Ben left, he had his mental things he had going on. When Big Ben left, he got upset, and it's followed him, those mental issues, everywhere he's been. So, it's disingenuous when you don't include the context. AB
too. He just totally slipped my mind. He goofy as hell, and he was older at the back end of his career anyway. But some people say that he showed up to Raiders camp better than all the receivers in there. You know what I'm saying? He just went crazy and called old boy a Ritz. He called Mike Mayock a Ritz.
Mike Mayock wasn't with it. Let me sneak this one more question here, because I really wanted to get your thoughts on this. I had mentioned something similar. Shouts out to our guy, Big Dog Status on YouTube, said, now that we actually have an adequate O-line coach, really 2 of them if you want to count Adams, do you think those guys will be as open to allowing Duke to be as involved during the season like he was last year? I have thoughts on this, Voch. I'll try to be quick, but go ahead.
Nah. I think Duke has his lane. Work on technique stuff in the offseason. I think that's what Duke's lane is. I think during the season you need to think about scheme. So just roll with the in-house guys. I know I may have sounded differently about this, but I really thought that Phillips and Solari was absolutely terrible, and that Manny Weather should just be in here coaching because it was horrible. Clayton and Connor are different.
Right.
Clayton and Connor are different, and they have a track record of recent football within the last 5 or so years that they get busy O-line wise.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't let Duke touch scheme stuff. If Duke wants to learn the scheme that we doing and just kind of look around at it or something like that, and but nah, let him handle the offseason stuff, and then let your in-house guys handle the in-season stuff.
I'm locking step with you right there. I think last year the reason why you saw Duke, taking a picture of remember that thumbs up picture of Mike Solari? We knew the real. But it's because the previous year Duke was very vocal about what was being taught across the street. He was very vocal publicly that, hey man, these guys are struggling because they're being taught things that I personally don't agree with.
Ain't nobody trust Solari.
Exactly. And Solari, being old school dude, was probably felt some type of way. Like, hold on, mother. So they had to come together. And I remember Solari publicly talking about how, nowadays all these kids have trainers and they're being taught things that may be different than we're being taught. So when I spoke with Duke, we just kind of figured out, hey, let's get on the same page. I would just let Clayton Adams and Connor Riley do their thing. Their resume speaks for itself, and let Duke kind of clean up things, the rough around the edges things. But I wouldn't let them touch in-season stuff. And that's no disrespect to Duke. That's our guy. He's fantastic at what he does. But there's just no need to incorporate him into, regular season schematic things because Adams and Riley can do that.
See, what happens for the most part is in the regular season, you're watching film on the opponent. Like, hey, this is what it is. This is what it is. When you go to Duke in the offseason, Duke is watching film on you, going, hey man, when y'all was running XYZ, what was going like? Why have you consistently not been able to reach the 3? Or why haven't you been able to get to your landmark? Okay, let's work on that. Let's work on getting to your landmark on this play from this side, this Great particular point. Movement, and we'll just do it like that.
So that's a fantastic point, man. But hey, that will do it for part 1 of our mailbag segment. I know we had to kind of go through it there, but I thought we did a good job, bro. I thought we did a good job.
I thought we was only gonna do 2 or 3 because I talk too much.
Same with me. I had to look. Let's fly through it because we sit here and get one question, and next thing you know, it's 25 minutes. Y'all know how we can do. Y'all seen the Voch Lombardi live show when I'm on there co-hosting with my guy. But now, Voch, Hollywood Voch is what they calling you, brother, because you out here killing it, man.
You look on, it's early. I don't feel like reaching for these glasses and putting them back on. But hey man, I just want to make it incredibly clear to people, man. I don't work for nobody.
Nope.
YouTube is home.
YouTube
is home. So you know what I'm saying? I may go one place, I'm coming back home. I may go to DLLS because they got some bread over there, and I'm coming back home. I may look, if volume call, I'll go back, but I ain't gonna be full time. I know they got some money freed up.
They got some
I know they got some bread freed up over there. I know they got some. So look, Will said they call it dry capital. I know they got some dry capital just sitting around.
Yeah, they damn sure hell do.
Yeah. So YouTube is always gonna be home, and no matter what I do, I'm still gonna come back and kick it with Will Steele and Push the King.
Man, I miss pressing this button right here.
It's coming. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we gonna figure it out, man. Hey, appreciate y'all coming through, checking this thing out. Make sure y'all hit all the likes, all the subs, things like that. And of course, you're subbed over there on Voch. But if you're not, head over on YouTube, Voch Lombardi Live, sub up. We're trying to get him to 100K so we can have this 100K cookout. I can fly back down to Dallas and cut up.
Yeah, it's gonna be a party. I mean that, and I'm not gonna just back out. We da. I'm really gonna find out. And plus, I work over there now, so I'm gonna ask, well, hey man, can I just pop up right there and just see?
No, we're gonna throw the party right at the Star on the outside, right before you get in. Right there.
Right before we get right in that parking lot. It ain't officially the Star, but you can see the Omni from across the street. That's what we're gonna pop up there.
All right, man. We out of here. Appreciate you, bro.
Love you, bro.
Salute.